Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 137 of Serenova Crafts. I'm your host Jessica. I can be found as Serenova on Ravelry and Twitter, and as Serenova Crafts on Instagram. You can find the show notes for today's episode on my blog or in the Ravelry group. Links down below if you're watching on YouTube. If you are a new viewer and you are checking me out for the first time, thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment. All of those numbers are very much appreciated and very helpful to me, especially to have other people find my podcast. I tried to put a little bit of makeup on today, and do more subtle than the last time I attempted it. So I hope I don't look like a clown. Feel free to tell me if it looks absolutely ridiculous. I don't normally do my makeup, so I'm a little inexperienced in that respect. So, it could be a little odd, or I didn't blend it out right, or whatever, but I thought instead of just having pale, pasty me, I would try to make myself look a little better. Anyways, so if you are new here, thank you for checking me out. I am a knitting podcaster, blogger. My allergies are going, I'm sorry. I also occasionally knit, crochet, spin, weave, all these other things. I started talking about this and then I realized I should probably introduce myself or talk about whatever if you're new. If you're returning viewers, you know who I am. But anyways, yeah. This Witch Candy, I balled it up. This is Witch Candy yarn. The colorway is Birchfire and it is on her, I have the tag here. It is on her 7525 Superwash Merino Nylon base. It's fingering weight 463 yards, which means it's almost a light fingering. I'd originally tried to do a hat with it, but then I pulled it out because I wasn't liking how the hat was looking. So out it came, and I'm still trying to decide what to do with it. So this is a little bit of a mystery. If you can't tell, I'm at a slightly different angle today than when I normally sit up here. I don't actually have my laptop. I'm recording on my phone. My laptop is downstairs on the couch. Normally, if I'm on my laptop, you guys have like that angle, but it's more like this today, so you can actually see my printer and more of my bookshelves. That shelf there, going in that direction, is actually my Harry Potter shelf. I almost dropped the yarn. It's got all my Harry Potter books. I have the biography of J.K. Rowling. I have the British edition of Tales of Beetle the Bard. I have the American edition as well. I also have Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in Hebrew. I also have a Latin edition. I don't believe that's here though. I believe that is still at my mom's. I also have the Cursed Child book, which I still haven't read because I'm not quite sure I'm ready to bring myself to do that. I have the Fantastic Beasts script, they publish as a book. That's just my Harry Potter shelf. It's full of Harry Potter. But yeah, so you can see you can see more of my books and more background stuff. So it's a slightly different angle than when I'm normally up here, but still trying to decide what to do with this. So speaking of whips, I meant to have a finished Paris du Jour shawl for you. Which, speaking of Harry Potter, this bag, it's the Marauders map. This is from a Single Strand Studio. I know her. She does amazing stuff. I love this bag. You can fit 6 skeins of yarn in here. I've talked about it before. You guys know what I'm like. Anyways, I'd hope to have a finished Paris du Jour for you because I'm on the final section. I'm on the edge. But alas, I have been needing to finish the Wings of Change for 100 Ravens for their booth at DFW. And thus, I have not actually finished my Paris du Jour. But I'm going to hold it up for you. Then I'm going to tell you stuff. So I need to lean way back, way back, because it's getting big. So I am on the second skein. So I have 2 markers here. Okay? So these 2 markers are, this second marker down here is where the shawl had been when I showed it to you guys last time. I then realized I'd made a pretty big mistake in the pattern, and to me it was blatantly obvious. So I ripped back all the way to here where the mistake was, which is where the second marker is, fixed it, and then I've knit from here all this since the last time you guys saw the shawl. So, and I'm actually really loving the color. Normally I'm not a pink-ish color person or peach, but I'm really liking this. I feel like it doesn't wash me out too much because I find that pinks, unless they're bright pink, bright pink, fuchsia more than pink, tend to just wash me out because I'm just so pale. But this one I found isn't washing me out too much, and I'm very much enjoying it. There's all the little flecks of color in it. Again, this is the main yarn and fiber supply company also known as One Lupine. This is their Pemaquid base in the color Speckled Egg 2. It's, she actually told me it's a little longer than what it says on this label. She said it's closer to 460 some odd yards than the 430 some odd here. But it's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. It is a 2-ply. It is technically a sock base, but I decided I didn't want to make socks out of it. I got 2 skeins to make this big shawl. So I have this tiny little ball left. This is the second skein. So I have this tiny little ball left. In comparison to, you know, a full size, right? Ball. So I'm going to go until there's about 20 grams of this left. And I do have a scale, so I can weigh that out. And then I'm going to do the bind off. And hopefully doing the bind off at that point, if I use 10 grams for the bind off, that will leave me 10 grams to use in a scrap project. Because I am doing, I started doing the Brioche Memories blanket. I've shown it before, episodes and episodes ago. But I want to save a little bit of this. So maybe I'll do 25 grams instead, so I have 15 grams for the bind off, because the bind off is going to be pretty long. This is on a 40-inch needle. Okay, so this is a 40-inch needle, and yeah, it's the length of the needle. So it's actually starting to get a little crowded. So I'm going to need a decent amount for the bind off. They say to do a stretchy bind off in the pattern. I feel like that's not giving much away, even though it is a paid pattern. Saying that I did 6 repeats and that there's a stretchy bind off isn't really giving away any of the details, so I don't feel too bad saying that. But yeah, so this was my big whip this week. I mean, I tore through this. You can see, you know, where I showed you guys last week, where I ripped back to last Saturday, and where I've knit all the way up to here since then. So yeah, I've kind of been knitting just that. Maybe I'll finish it today. That would be really great, because then I can bring it to DFW with me. Though I probably shouldn't, actually, because I'm going to be vending for another dyer. So I should probably just wear stuff out of that dyer's yarn. Ironically, most of the stuff I've knit out of that dyer's yarn has gone back to that dyer. So I don't actually have a lot of the stuff I've made for them or out of their yarn, because I'm usually making it for them as a booth sample. So I tend to give it back. So I don't actually have, and like the stuff I have of theirs in stash, I haven't actually knit up yet, right? So, yeah, it's a little tricky. Maybe I'll just wear a booth sample, you know? Maybe I'll just wear a booth sample while I'm down there, because I'm going to be vending for them, so, you know. But there's been a slight change of plans in that. Originally, we were going to leave on Wednesday, April 4th, but so now we're going to leave Tuesday night, so that we have an extra like 8 or 9 hours built in for driving, because the GPS is saying 26, but Becca wants to be sure that that we have enough time, so she wants to leave Tuesday night instead. So I'm actually going to have Kevin drive me out to their house, so that my car stays at home. My car isn't sitting at their house while we're gone, because it's going to be almost a week we're gone. I'd rather have my car sit at home than at their place, just to not take up space in their driveway and stuff. So I'm going to have Kevin drive me. But now, what you've all been waiting for. I have stash, and I have a lot of stash. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, I have 8 skeins of stash from 5 different dyers. Because I went to Stitches United last weekend. I drove down on Friday with my friends Stephanie and Sam. I'll put in a picture of them, the 3 of us. I only took 1 picture while we were there, and it was the picture of the 3 of us. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen it, but there it is, the 3 of us at the beginning of the show. I was having such a good time with them, because neither of them had really been to an event like that before, that I completely forgot to take pictures. Like, completely just amnesia bad. Normally when I'm at a big event like that, I remember to take pictures of stuff. But unfortunately this time, I was just having such a good time just enjoying their first time, that I just completely forgot to take pictures. But so I'm going to start with the Stitches stash. I have packages because stuff came, because I ordered stuff on Etsy, because I decided to treat myself a little bit with my tax return, and I ordered 3 skeins of yarn from 3 separate dyers on Etsy, and I'll tell you all of them, and I'll show you their cards and everything. And then I bought myself some stuff at Stitches. So I'm going to just go in order of acquisition, at least in terms of the Stitches stuff. So the first thing I bought was from Honey Girl Farms. The owner is Shanna Harding, and they apparently get their own. It's honey, yarn and spinning supplies, eggs, and farm goods. So here is their card. I hope you can actually read that. The website is sheepandhoney.com. And here's all of their social media. It's basically the same stuff. It's like me. It's like pretty much the same stuff. They're on Ravelry. They are on Instagram. They are on Pinterest. They are on Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, and their website. So hopefully I can make this focus. Yes, focus maybe, please. I'm tapping like my phone screen to try to get it to focus. But no dice. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to get it to focus. Focus, please focus. Nope, nope, nope. It hates me. So actually, maybe if I can manually go in. Nope, that's the brightness. Never mind. I don't know what I'm doing. The autofocus sucks on my phone. It records better quality video than like my webcam or what's built into my computer, but the autofocus kind of stinks. So anyways, Honeygirl Farms, and I bought this yarn basically for the name. I'm not going to lie. I saw this and I was like, yes, please, because they do very nerdy, geeky fandom colors. And they had a series of all 13 doctors, from the first all the way up to the new female doctor. And number 10 is my true doctor. I'm going to come right out and say that right now. I'm a David Tennant fangirl. Don't get me wrong, Eccleston's a very close second. I very much liked that first season of the reboot of Who, that 2005 season with Christopher Eccleston as the ninth doctor. I very, very much liked that one, but Tennant is first and Eccleston is a very, very close second. It's like that far apart, right? Tennant, Eccleston, right? And then everyone else is kind of right down there. But they had this in its fingering, and I'm actually going to design a shawl for this because I could not find something I liked on Ravelry. So expect a new design coming from me within the next few months. But this is 10th Doctor from their Doctor Who collection. So, ready? Da-da-da! So, my camera is totally not picking this up true to life. It's way more yellow. It's because the lighting up here I have is wicked yellow. I'm going to turn off this lamp on the side here, and that makes it less yellow because there's actually an LED bulb in the lamp over here. But this is actually, it's very much a creamy blue with these really colorful sections. Actually, I'm going to switch camera apps on my phone, and I'll be right back. And hopefully I can get some better color out of this. All right, and I'm back. And yeah, that's much better color. I'm actually going to turn this light back on. Oh yeah, that's much better. I should just use this camera app. I don't know what I'm doing. I should just use this camera app. So here you go. This is it. It's like got these you can't see it on that side. Where is it? So it's got like these sections here. It's got little flecks of green and yellow, but there's also just a lot of purple in there, like dark, like it's looking almost black on camera, dark purple. And then there's these lighter sections with like little bits of blue over here. And it's just, I saw these and I'm just like, yes, please. Yes, please. Like, yes, give it to me. So 10th Doctor from Honeygirl Farms. Let's see if I can maybe get this card to focus. Yes, no, maybe. Focus. Focus. Yes, no, maybe. No. Alright, well, whatever. But yes, 10th Doctor. From their Doctor Who collection. They also have, like, Outlander and Game of Thrones and, like, all these, like, literary references. They had Harry Potter colors. They had Fantastic Beasts, specifically. They had, like, a Niffler, and they had an Alchemy, and they had... Actually, I bought my friend Sam, because it was her first show. I bought her a couple of skeins of yarn. She got a skein of the Alchemy from this dyer. Very, very nice. Please excuse the crinkling and the bags. I'm just putting everything back in the plastic it came in. So the other purchase I made at Stitches was from Destination Yarn. I'd never actually bought anything from her directly. I did have... This is it, by the way. I'm not going to do the da-da-da with this one. I actually have one skein of hers in stash from the Yarn Club I was in 2017, which was from Erin Lane Bags. I was in their Hobbit Yarn Club, but hadn't actually ever bought her stuff deliberately, but I saw her at the show. I gave her my card. This is it. I got 3 skeins of it. This is actually the colorway she dyed specifically for Stitches United, so it's going to be exclusive to the show for 6 months, and then it will be available on her website. And this is called Mystic Connecticut. So it's kind of like got blues and grays and everything, but there's also the shot of red in there, and it's got like this navy. It's got a lighter blue in the grays. It's like kind of patriotic, kind of not. The colorway is Mystic Connecticut. It's on her souvenir base, which is DK weight. It's 100% superwash merino. So, you know, this was the show colorway, so I kind of couldn't resist. And I got it, but I was very excited about this. So I'm actually going to make, this is set. I already know what I'm going to make this into. This is going to be a second Paris Toujours, because the pattern, like I've said many times, can be used for fingering or DK. So this is going to be my DK version. I got 3 skeins. I'm just going to do however much I can. I might cut it short and do like 4 repeats, and then like the section, it depends on how much yarn I have. Because the pattern says 5 repeats for DK, 6 repeats for fingering. I'll see where I am when I hit like the end of the 4th repeat. Like if I've used 2 skeins for the 4th repeat, and to get to the 4th repeat, I might not do the 5th, and I might just start straight in on the border. But we shall see how that plays out, but I'm super excited for that. And she also gave me a button. Where is it? Button. She threw a button into the bag for me. So now I will, after I put that in the bag, sorry, crinkle, I'm sorry. Alright, so after that, the Etsy purchases, I'm just going to do these in the order they came in, if I remember correctly. Alright, so I think I have the order. So the first one that came in was from, of course I can't read the card because it's upside down. This is Gail's Art. I actually managed to get a Gail's Art skein. It's not a bat, or it's not one of her sock blanks, but this was this really fun like tweed fingering yarn. Yeah, so she gave me this little card. This is, thank you, enjoy the yarn. It looks like this was hand printed. It feels like it, like she drew on it or painted it or something. It's a little thank you card. Okay, that's just mine. Did she write anything on there? No, okay, I was bad. I didn't even look at, like, the receipt she put in. But this is, her Bits and Bob's base. It says, this is a rustic, sweet tweed sock yarn composed of 85% superwash BFL and 15% nylon in the form of textured noops, or neps, like the little blacky things in there. It is suitable for sock knitting, but really adds a home-style touch in scarves and shawls. And I'm debating whether to do socks out of this. So this is the label. Gail's Art, hand-dyed yarn and fiber, Bits and Bobs. This is 438 yards, 100 grams. It seems a little thin for socks, and I feel like I'd burn through it really quickly. I feel like but this is the color, and the colorway is called Dinner Mint. I don't know, I'm just feeling pastels right now. I'm just feeling pastel-y. This one's purple and blue with greens. It's actually kind of Eastery, even though I don't celebrate Easter. Today's Easter, by the way. I'm recording on April Fool's Day / Easter / the second day of Passover. Yes, it is all 3 at the same time. I've been to 2 Seders the last 2 nights. A woman my mom plays mahjong with invited us to join her family. So we did, my mom and I. Kevin came on Friday night, and then Mom and I went again last night to do the Seder. It was pretty fun. I actually got a coloring book out of it, which is fun. Because apparently in their family, what you have to do is, so there's this thing called the afikomen, and it's, in some families, the kids have to find it, and in some families, the kids steal it, and then the adults have to negotiate first a term, because you can't finish the Seder until you have the afikomen, because it's a piece of matzah that everyone is supposed to have a piece of to eat to, like, end the Seder. Or to end your meal, right? It's your dessert. When I was a kid, I was the only kid. So the afikomen would be hid, and I would go find it. And even if I didn't find it, I would still get a thing because I was the only kid. Or I was the youngest or whatever, right? But in this family, apparently the thing is that the children steal the afikomen in this family, and then negotiate a prize for the return of the afikomen. And last night, their son Jonathan and his wife wanted, it was a coloring book and a set of colored pencils. And last night, I knew where the afikoman was. And so their older daughter, Amanda, who is a lawyer, negotiated on my behalf. And I got a coloring book and a set of pencils as well. It was all in good fun. It was kind of a set piece, like they knew the kids. And by kids, I mean ages 30 to 45. Were going to steal it. Because their older daughter is 10 years older than me. So, okay, so 40 to 30, like the 10-year, like the kids are all in their, like, 30s and early 40s, right? Like, there weren't actually any children there, okay? Let me just make that clear. There was not any actual children at the Seder. But the children, we stole the afikoman and we got it back. But anyways, I've just been on, like, this pastel-y kick. So this is actually pretty Eastery, but I'm thinking like a shawlette or a hat or something, something really fun. I don't think I want to actually do socks out of this, but I kind of bought this skein because it was on sale. She was having a sale in her Etsy shop, so that's kind of why I got that skein. But my first Gail's art, I am very excited. And by the way, I need to stash the Etsy stuff. I haven't stashed the Etsy stuff yet. I stashed in Ravelry the Stitches stuff, like, the next day, but I haven't stashed any of the Etsy stuff yet because I like to wait until it comes, and then I'm horrible. I steal the photographs from the dyer. I don't steal them. I mean, I say the photo is from, you know, whoever. But I cannot seem to take good pictures of skeins of yarn. So, yeah, I just borrow their photos for my Ravelry stash. I don't use them or anything. I just borrow them for my Ravelry stash. So this next one is from Tippy Tree Yarns. I follow her on Instagram, and she just wrote a little note, just a quick thank you. It's tippytreeyarns at etsy.com, and I've been wanting one of her skeins forever. Actually, one of her yarn photos from Instagram made it on Reddit, under our mildly interesting, because it looked like spaghetti on rocks. It did. So she wrapped the yarn in a little bit of tissue paper with some washi tape. I already broke the seal because I wanted to look at the yarn. But again, this one's very pastel-y. I don't know. I'm on a pastel-y kick. So this is her, what's the colorway? The colorway is Spring Fling. And this is a very thin fingering. This is definitely a light fingering. It says it's sock, but again, I'm not going to use it for sock. It's very thin for sock. Like, this is, to me, this is almost bordering on lace. But it's 100 grams, 463 yards of 75-25 superwash merino nylon. This says hand wash despite being superwash. But anyways, Spring Fling. Again, this is very pastel-y. Not my normal color set, but I'm just feeling these colors this spring. I'm just feeling more pastel-y. I think it's the influence of my Paris du Jour. I'm just feeling the influence of the pastel-y. But there's a lot more blue in this, but it's blue and pink. There's a little bit of red and some purples in there. So I'm really excited to break into this and see what it's like. But go follow her on Instagram. She's just Tippy Tree Yarns. Very sweet. I've interacted with her a bit, and her stuff is very nice. And she also included a thing of tea, which, granted, it's not exactly, I'm not a fan of herbals, but honestly, she included a packet of tea. You gotta love her for that. Like, seriously, thank you. You know, and her name's Tiffany, by the way. So, Tiffany, thank you very much. It's very sweet of you to include this. This one is, it's Passion, which is hibiscus, orange peel, rosehip, and passion fruit flowers. So I'll definitely have to enjoy that and try it. I haven't had that flavor of Tazo before. I do like the Tazo Zen, despite having worked at Tivana and all the rest. But anyways, and the last one to come in was from Rachel of Night Owl Fibers, and I am super excited. All the yarns kind of avalanching under the desk. I'm super excited because I get to see her in like a week, less than a week. I am super excited. I haven't seen her in person in like over a year, so it'll be really fun. But I bought her March colorway, which, again, it came wrapped in tissue. It was very sweet. It came wrapped in tissue. You know, she wrote a note saying she was very excited to see me. This is her March exclusive yarn. The colorway is called Secret Garden. Every month she does like a specific, colorway. So this one's not quite as pastel-y, but, and it is on her high twist base, which again is only a 2-ply. I don't like doing 2-ply for socks. This will probably not become socks. But this is The Secret Garden. It's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards to 100 grams. And here it is. So it's got a lot of green, right? So it's basically based off of like, what are those flowers that pop up first thing? Crocus. It's kind of like crocusy, right? The ones that pop up like still when there's snow on the ground. But it's got the darker greens. The base color is, it's almost cream, but it's definitely green. Like, it's definitely like a very light green. There's a little bit of white here and there, but the base color is overall green. Then you have shots of this speckled pink in there. And it's a little purpley. There's some shots of blue in it too. Every once in a while you get a smidge of blue, but it turns into green really fast. And you have like these really dark portions of green. So this is going to work up super cute. I have no idea what I'm going to make with it, but definitely be something very nice. I don't know, I really like this color. And her April color too. I might have to get her April color. If she has it at her booth, I might just buy it at her booth at DFW. But yes, this is very nice. So it's very lovely. Thank you to everyone. I will enjoy the yarn. I'm actually going to email all the Etsy dyers and tell them I showed it off in this episode because I feel like, you know, they deserve all the credits. I will link all the shops in the show notes. I will link all the shops. I will link the colors if they are available, because I know the Destination Yarn is an exclusive. So, but if the color is available, I will link it for all the yarn I got. Unfortunately, this one is no longer available. I'm sorry, but I will link her April color. Actually, I will link her April color because it is very, very nice. And go give everyone a follow. Give everyone some love. I try not to be okay, quick disclaimer. Slight change of topic. I try not to be one of those podcasters that name drops constantly. And I just want to make it clear. I received absolutely none of this for free. I bought it all with my own money. I splurged with my tax refund. I did save some of it, by the way. I didn't spend it all. I did save for some of it, but I want to make it clear that I am not being paid. I was not gifted any of this. This is all my own opinion, all my own, you know, likes and wants. And yes, I'm on a pastel yarn kick. It's not really me normally. Like, you should see my stash. Actually, my stash is on Ravelry. You can just go look at my stash. I try to keep it pretty much up to date. There's a lot of darker, brighter, more jewel tone colors in my stash. I mean, can you tell I'm wearing like a turquoise shirt? But I just like to share when I get stuff and give some Etsy dyers and indie dyers some love. Rachel, for example, she has done a bang-up job. I think she's 19 now, going on 20. She's been running her own business for years now. I mean, the girl has got talent. So when I say go give her some love, I mean, go give somebody who deserves it some love. I mean, she does an amazing job. I mean, it's just, her yarn's just gorgeous. And give everyone else some love too. I mean, anyone who's running their own business like this, you know, I want you to go and give them, you know, the appreciation they deserve. But I just want to make it clear, I'm not paid for any of this. I received zero of this as gifts. I bought it all with my own money. I'm not being paid to promote anyone. And I'm sorry if it feels like I'm name dropping a lot. But when I get a big stash haul like this, I want to make sure I give everyone credit where credit is due. So I want to say who the dyer is. I want to say what the color is. I want to say where I got it. Because if it was at a show, I want to make it clear it was at a show. If I bought it on Etsy or on their website, I want to make it clear that that's what is going on. So I'm not trying to be one of those people that name drops and say, look at all these people I know. This is more like, look at all the money I spent. Because like I said, I did not receive any of this for free. This is no promotional stuff. This is just me enjoying this yarn and wanting to share it. So now that I've got that out of the way, if you've stuck with me to the very end, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Likes, subscribes, comments are all very much appreciated, especially subscribes and thumbs up. A thumbs up on YouTube makes it so that it's easier for other people to find this podcast. And I did start another YouTube channel. I'm going to be uploading the first few things today after I process this. So I will link that in the show notes as well. It's more of a vlog style, just like random videos I want to make that I don't feel fit in with the podcast. It is also under a different account. I made a separate account called just Serenova because that was available on YouTube. Yes, go me. I don't know why I didn't do it before, but that one will just be called Serenova, and it'll just be all my random videos of stuff that just I didn't feel fit into this podcast. Because I'm trying to keep this channel, Serenova Crafts, as just my podcast, as just my videos for this. And so that other channel will be more all the randomy stuff that I do want to do, but feel like can't go in this channel. So like I did like a reaction video to A Wrinkle in Time, I did a bake with me video, I did like a get ready with me with makeup, which is granted I'm not trying to be some beauty girl, but I figured, you know, why not do it. But anyways, this is actually a longer episode. I think I'm pushing 20 minutes now. Not 20, 30 minutes. This is the longest episode I've had in a while, but again, thank you all for watching. Like, subscribes, comments, please. I appreciate it. Feel free to stalk me on all the social media. There is a Facebook group for this podcast. Feel free to come and join it. It is open to everyone. Yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!